happy, following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? We have the team that's tops here at St Andrews. They gotta give us what we're longing for. It's Birmingham forever, let's hear it from the stand. So come on, City, sing this song once more. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day.
Ladies and gents, it's 7:30, it's a Monday night, and of course this is the Tilton Talk Show, but this week is absolutely riddled with sadness at the loss of one-eyed Baz, who I've had the pleasure of meeting many times and interviewing 2 or 3 times. TJ, we send you all the love in the world that we could possibly send you. I will be in touch with you in a few days. I'm just going to leave it as it is at the moment. You've got enough to worry about, think about, see. But you know what? I mean, Chris texted me last week to say that this had happened, and I just went, what? A guy who spent his early years, and he's admitted it, as a thug and a Zulu warrior, and his latter years helping homeless people, taking that lad under his wing, making good of life. And look, we have no words. TJ, we're so sorry, sweetheart. We really are. Each and every single one of us is mourning with you and your family and all of Baz's friends. One-eyed Baz, ladies and gentlemen, one-eyed Baz.
Awful.
Welcome to the Tilton Talk Show. It's Monday night, 7:30, and this is sponsored by M.A.Reilly French Polishers, the Garrison Coffee Company, and somebody else. I can't think of.
Boylesports.
Oh, yeah, them. Boylesports, principal sponsor of Birmingham City Football Club. I did that on purpose, Chris, by the way. And,
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a plethora of people with us tonight. The one and only Mrs. Brown himself.
Good evening.
We've got Oliver's MacBook. We've got James Jenkinson. Oh, it's so great to have Emily back again. Emily Drakeley, welcome to the Tilton Talk Show again, mate. And we'll talk to you later about all you've been doing since the last time we saw you several years ago.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You were cheap. Chairman of the board, the one and only Mr. Alan Watton.
Good evening from the very, very sunny Sussex.
Oh, very nice, very nice. It's posh down there, isn't it?
Mm.
Get the bathtub a wee and sing.
Shines on the righteous, my friend.
Oh, yeah. Is that why you're in the shade?
Yeah.
The one and only Mr. Rowe, Mark Adams.
Hello, everybody. Good evening.
And the old mucker, Mr. Sheen, Paul Hipkiss.
Evening all.
And of course, I couldn't forget this week, could I? Being joined by the one and only Mr. Fixer, Mr. Maker himself, the one and only Craig Courtney.
Evening all from equally sunny Solihull. I bet it's not sunny in Coventry, is it, Mark?
No, it's not.
Has it ever been?
It's always bleak over here.
Dull and dreary, that's what I hear.
Right, not a lot of football to talk about apart from the England game the other night, which I did not think that should have ever been a penalty, personally. It's just my personal opinion. It's how quick can you move your arms, for goodness sake. It's when the ball's coming at you at 60, 70 mile an hour. Yeah. Oh, hang on just a minute, ladies and gents. Oh, there she is, Bo the cat. She's decided to come and make a weekly appearance on the Tilton Talk Show. Go away.
Oh, no, the RSPCA are going to be on there.
Oh, no, don't.
Again.
She's called Bo, B-E-A-U.
Yeah.
Bo, right.
Okay. Yeah.
And she's a girl. I could have called her Belle.
I think you should have done, actually.
That's about right.
She's gender neutral.
Oh, God. That's another call coming.
Yeah.
Sorry. Wow. Right. Alan, give us your take on the England game, bud.
I refused to watch until Bellingham come on. I enjoyed the last 10 minutes.
Did he play? I didn't even know. I didn't even watch any of it. Was he okay when he played?
Yeah, I mean, he strolls around like he owns the place. I don't know why he's not starting every game, let alone poxy friendly against Switzerland. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It just so.
He's an amazing future challenge.
His time will come, Alan. He'll once he gets hold of that shirt and he starts the game, he won't be able to. He'll be undroppable.
Well, I think that's why Southgate is, doesn't want to put him in, because if he puts him in, he can never leave him out. But anyway, it's very frustrating from what I've seen. Never leave him out. Anyway, it's very frustrating.
Sorry, that was me.
Oh, sorry.
It was me. I'm being unprofessional.
Oh, for God's sake. Have we got his
Chris,
replacement yet?
Can we sack him yet, Chris? Can we sack him yet?
I'm looking at the contract right now.
Come back when you've done 11 years, Craig. Come back when you've done 11, mate.
Unfortunately, I think it looks like he's put a clause in it. Something to do with Wasabi peas.
I put my clause in it.
Yeah.
Right. So Alan didn't really watch the game then. Emily, what was your thoughts?
I was actually there, and I'm going tomorrow as well.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's all right for some, isn't it?
Yeah, it was really
Oh, my
dull.
God.
It was so dull. I mean, it was a friendly, so I guess we couldn't expect too much. But the thing for me with England and friendlies is I don't know why we can't go out there and really play and use that as our time to play the players that we want to see improve in the England squad, but actually play well. We just sort of sat back and we didn't do anything. And obviously Switzerland went one up, and it was just dire. And
It was
then
a bit
obviously
painful, wasn't it?
it really was, yeah. I got to half time and we thought, we should have just stayed in the pub, really. But it is what it is. Obviously, it ended. The result ended the right way, but it was a bit of a slog to get there, and it wasn't most exciting. And if it's the same tomorrow, then good luck to me for that.
Penalty for you or not, Emily? Penalty for you or not?
It didn't look like it when we saw it in live. So,
Paul, penalty for you?
Well, by the rules of the game, yeah, but I think the rules are silly. I think the rules are, you can't. What can you do? You know what I mean? It's natural reaction, and it's put your arm.
Why don't they change the rules then to any hand contact in the box is an automatic penalty? I'll accept that. I'll accept it. No problem. No bother with it whatsoever. But make the rules more clearly defined.
Well, they did do that, but it was getting silly with that as well, wasn't it? But what they've said is if your arm's in an unnatural position, and they deemed it to be that, didn't they? Because he put his arm up to kind of block the header. But I don't know, really. Well, the rules of the game, it was a penalty, and obviously with it being a penalty to us, then I'll take it all day long. But if it had been in the Euro final against Italy, then I'm not sure if it'd have been given. To be honest, we'll have to see that.
Craig, your thoughts? Penalty or not? Craig,
no.
penalty or not, Craig?
No, I agree with Paul. Never a penalty.
Nice one. Mark?
No, I don't think it was at all, to be fair.
Ollie?
No, I don't think it was.
And Mrs.
I like the
Brown?
look of the. Sorry.
I wasn't even watching it.
Ah!
I was probably washing my hair or something, doing something useful.
I like the look of the Crystal Palace lads. I thought Conor Gallagher in midfield was outstanding, and that Gray at the back as well looks really good, doesn't he? He looks solid. He's only 21 years old, isn't he?
But it's great to see these new players coming through, though, Paul, isn't it? Like we had in the 90s, we had all the prima donnas. That's why I stopped going to the international scene, right? We had all the prima donnas. Oh, look at me with my headphones on, walking down here like I own the world. Nothing, mate. Nothing. We pay your wages, sunshine. Don't forget it. Don't ever forget it. But I might, Paul, and I might start going back again.
No. Yeah.
And I haven't been for 20 years.
No.
Yeah.
Don't
we've got a great crop of players here, and I think Southgate, certainly off the field, has got a unity back together and an identity with the squad more, and the players you can see that they're enjoying being there now. And obviously on the field as well, he's got us into the business end of tournament, which hasn't happened for a long time since Euro 96 before the World Cup in 2018. So, full credit.
I still can't forgive him for missing that penalty, though. I'm struggling with it still. I'm struggling.
Well, anyone can miss a penalty, Nick. Anyone can miss a penalty, can't they? I mean, Saka and Sancho and Rashford missed as well in the final, but, you have to... At the end of the day, it can happen. It's football, isn't it? Anyone can miss a penalty.
I get it. Perhaps I should forget it. Do you think I should bury it and be done with it?
Yeah, bury it.
Right, okay. All
Let
right,
it
I'll
go. Let it go.
Any tickets left for tomorrow, Emily?
I think, I don't think it was a sellout at all. So yeah, come along.
Violet says, I would usually watch the international games, but if I'm totally honest, I miss watching Blues. Paul McCarthy said he fell asleep in the second half. Lindsay said the boxing was good. Mount was really poor, says Stephen Gill. Harry Matthews said, I was there myself. The atmosphere was pretty poor most of the time, very dull. The best part was seeing Jude come on and the Kane penalty.
That's an interesting point from Stephen Gill, that is. Do we see Mason Mount as a... Every time England play, should Mason Mount automatically start every single time? Because that's what
Nobody should. Nobody should.
Not for a friendly.
I think Harry Kane would, and I think Pickford in goal as well as his right to be there on form for England. And I think if we played in a World Cup final tomorrow, I think you'd see probably, Harry Maguire probably starting as well, and definitely Declan Rice.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Harry Maguire should be starting on club form, by the way, but I think he would be. But I think for me, Mason Mount, I don't see him as an automatic starter. I think Jude Bellingham's better, in my opinion.
Yeah. That's not being biased either.
No.
The one thing, actually, I don't know how many people noticed that did watch the game. How many people noticed the fact that the names disappeared off the shirt at half time?
The names disappeared.
Yeah.
The names were off the shirts, right? Because they raised an awful lot of money for the Dementia Society, right? And basically they took the names off so that you couldn't remember the names, right? And that was part of the plan. So it was organised, and a lot of money was raised for the Dementia Society.
Clever.
Yeah,
that's lovely.
That is clever.
I thought that was an amazing touch. Fantastic idea that was.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Somebody proper came up with that one, Paul, didn't they?
Yeah. But now coming back onto the football though, we've got it's exciting for us to be an England fan, and I think the future's looking bright. It really is with these young proper players we've got. Whether we'll actually win anything, I don't know. But you never know. You can always dream, can't you?
Well, we dreamed, Paul, back in 2011.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And I went to Wembley to watch that game, thinking and telling my lads we're going to get absolutely slaughtered here, 4-1, 4-1, 5-1. But it's a day you'll never forget, and it's a day certainly now that we'll never forget.
Exactly.
Wonderful,
so you never
wonderful.
Know. Yeah. But that Euro.
Right, so who we got tomorrow then, kid?
Ivory Coast.
Ivory Coast.
Mm-hmm. First time we've ever played them in an international, I think. So
if we can't put 10 past them tomorrow, right, like we did to whoever it was we played the other week, right? No, seriously, we've got to put a lot of goals past that team tomorrow, and that will not only raise spirits, right, but it'll also say, watch out, we're coming, we're getting there, and then I will stand up and admit that I was wrong about St George's Park when they first built it, which is just up the road from me.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
I think the Ivory Coast team is made up of players who play in senior football in Europe. They're not a team of.
They're not fools. No. Yeah, I know.
Well, they've had players like Yaya Toure, haven't they? And Drogba in recent years.
Drogba, yeah. Most of them play in France, don't they?
Great point here from Michael Woods. The last 3 tournaments England have been in, we finished 4th, 3rd, 2nd. What could happen at the World Cup?
I'll tell you what's going to happen at the World Cup, mate. I'm going to be stood outside, freezing me arms off, watching a World Cup final in the middle of winter. Oh my!
It's going to be so weird.
How dire! That's just awful.
Can I suggest an idea? And if anyone at the club's listening, right? We've obviously got a lot of Blues and England fans at St Andrews, and around the area. So if the club put something on, say on the pitch, like a big event with a massive screen up, bigger than the one in the ground. You could use the one in the ground as well. But if there was a massive event for the World Cup, in St Andrews, would anyone go to watch the England games there?
Possibly.
Possibly.
You could have like more, like winter food and mulled wine and all the rest of it. Yeah. It'd be a bit weird, but it could be, a bit quirky. But
something to remember.
I think you'd get loads turn up. I do.
Turkey baps with a bit of cranberry sauce.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Great way to
Yeah.
raise some additional needed funds as well. I mean,
Oh,
the
yeah.
stadium's not going to be
Definitely.
used, is it? So why not?
Exactly. But no, I mean, you could even do it in the car park like they did that once. You know, when we had the stands on the car park.
Sorry, mate, you've done me. That was brilliant, lovely. What a moment, Chris. Can you record that and play it?
I missed it. I was doing something. I missed it.
Oh God!
I've got to be careful with my choice of words there, haven't I?
Please, yes.
Brilliant, Paul. Brilliant. Yeah. For me, it's an hour and 20 minutes drive. Then I've got to drive back, so I can't have a beer. Would I go? I don't know. I don't. At the moment, no.
You never know, do you?
You don't know.
Of course, we are playing two games. Well, I say playing two games. England have two games at the Molyneux in June. One of them, unfortunately, behind closed doors because of the. Well, let's not go there with what I would call them at the Euros. But the second one, that's a Tuesday night. Hey, we could have a Tilton talk night out. Nick, that's not too far from you, is it?
It's not. Yeah, it's about an hour or so. Right, listen, Craig. Right, why are they playing that behind closed doors? Be very clear on the answer so that I understand it because I'm sick, as you know.
we basically had, and I'll use the word Muppets because that's what they were, a bunch of Muppets who stormed Wembley Stadium, pushed through the security barriers, who didn't have tickets, and forced their way in.
Right, yeah. I've got you.
Right.
I thought you were going to say that we'd had an issue with the Euros being on and something else was on TV and this and that. Right, so it's down to the numpties.
The numpties, yeah.
The numpties. Can we forever call them that?
I prefer the word Muppets.
Muppet numpties. Or numpty Muppets, whichever one you want.
Mumpties, there we go. We'll have a mixture of both.
Oh dear. Look, it is a sad week, but we've got to show, the show must go on, no matter what. Right, the show must go on. It is a sad week, a really sad week. We've got a little game coming up shortly. No, I'll do it now, Chris. Shall I do it now?
Go on then.
I'll do it. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll tell you what I'll do, Chris. I'll do it now. I will. No, I will. I promise you. Right. This is called Beat the Broadcaster. I'm going to pick a broadcaster. And I'm going to pick a question. Now it's down to the public out there, all of you, versus this one broadcaster. And whoever gets the question correct first wins. I'm going to pick on the chairman, Alan Watton.
Okay, thank you.
Alan Watton. Name, and this is down to you guys on the shout box now. Right, you've got to get your fingers working. He's going to be good. Name every club Trevor Francis played for in his professional career.
Birmingham City.
Correct.
Toronto Blizzard. Nottingham Forest, Manchester City.
Correct.
Atalanta, Sampdoria. And Queen's Park Rangers.
Correct.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah.
Correct.
I can't think of any more.
He's done it. He's only got to done it. Hey!
Wow.
Because he's clever, like what we are.
No
I
way.
thought- Sorry, Nick. We're now joined by the one and only Mr. Paul Devlin.
Devlin.
Oh,
Hi,
keep-
Devs, mate.
How was that, Dev? How was your fight? What was it like walking in that ring and that? And how did it feel?
Yeah, it was brilliant, great night, very nerve-wracking. You're climbing into that ring in front of, I think there was about 600 or 700 people there in the room. So yeah, it was a great night. I mean, the people that put it on love of the glove. They do fantastic events. It was really professionally done. I had some great training with Dean Sherrington down on Chelmsford Wood. So yeah, it was brilliant to say that I've done it. Very nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
You going to do it again, Dev?
I don't know. I mean, I need a hip replacement, so I was, I'm struggling a bit with my hip and that. So if I can get my hip replaced at the end of this year, I might look at doing another one next year. See how I feel.
I can give it a kiss, Dev, but that's about it.
You what, mate?
I said I can give it a kiss, but that's about it. Any, that's my name. So how long does it take to get all that gear on then? Your gloves and all the gear that you had on? Like, it take a good hour to get rid of.
Yeah, no, to be fair, like, when they do the proper hand wraps, that takes a bit of time. But getting all the stuff on's 5 minutes. They're not lace-up gloves, they're the gloves that have got Velcro on. So getting your hands wrapped properly is the bit that takes the time off.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Is that an art? Is that an art, Paul?
Oh, Nick,
no,
Nick, it's unbelievable. I mean, we all like to think we can handle ourselves and have a fight and have a scrap and that.
No,
But
I can't. I'd snap.
Well, listen, when I've been in and done some sparring with some lads who box, and it's the skill that's involved with boxing is unbelievable. I mean, the lads that know what they're doing, you literally can't get near them. So I've always loved my boxing, and it was a big eye opener to me just how talented those lads are. Definitely.
Right. But I'm on about the hand wrapping. Is that?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Does that have to be really done in a specific way?
Tight.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have a clue. Watching the bloke do it, I mean, he's a professional, and he does it all the time. But yeah, it's more than just wrapping a bit of bandage around your wrists and your hand.
What's your job? What's your job, mate? I wrap hands for a living.
In and out your fingers, under your palm. Yeah, really is an art form.
And how did it feel? When you've got all that on.
Yeah.
Did your hand then feel more secure?
It just feels padded. I mean, it's to protect your knuckles, basically. So, I mean, it doesn't feel tight or restrictive. It just feels like you've got a lot of padding on. And obviously, because it's white collar, you wear 16-ounce gloves. So you have got quite a lot of padding on your hands to prevent any injuries.
Yeah. I've got to say, you look the part in there as well, Dev. You're having the right tear up on him.
There is. Sorry, Dev. There is one question that I really, really, really want to ask you. Right?
Go on then.
Did you borrow Chris's bucket to spit in?
Well, I never got chance. It's gone, actually. I never got a chance to use the bucket.
No. By the time we got over the other side of the ring, it was over.
It was. But in fairness, Dean Sherrington, whose gym that I trained at, and Dean and Mark, who trained all the guys on the fight, he made a good point. I did train, really hard for 7 weeks. So, all the work was done in the 7 weeks prior to the fight.
Credit to you, mate. Especially as you need a hip replacement. That's absolute credit to you.
Yeah, and credit to the guy.
You've always had fighting desire.
The T-shirt that he had on as well, I thought was fantastic. For Baz,
brilliant.
The guy you
I mean, I spoke to Tony, the bloke that I fought before and after the fight, and he's a Coventry lad, and he was big pals with Baz, and he was asking me about, would I get the shirt signed and that for him that he wore on the night. So I says, the next time the Blues All Stars have a game, I'll meet up with him, take the shirt, and get all the former players to sign a shirt for him.
Okay, another question for you. Going back in time, Devs, going back in time, have you organised for Robbie Savage to come onto the pitch?
No, it's not. It's not been mentioned again. The offer's there for him. It's an open invitation. I'm sure that everyone at Blues would love to see him back. But I haven't spoken to him probably since. No, tell a lie. He texted me a few weeks ago when there was a podcast on, and he gave me a text about it. But no, it's not been mentioned again since.
Send him a text and ask him then, if you wouldn't mind.
Stuart Jones wants to know, after Dev's fight, if he had one punch, what player would he have punched from his playing days? You don't have to answer that.
That I played with or against?
Just says from your playing days.
That's a difficult one. That is really difficult one. I think everyone would spring and say Muscat, but I knew
you was going to say that.
No, I actually got an All Smith. I couldn't make up my mind this morning when I seen it whether it was a stage thing or what.
Can't work out whether it's real or not.
Yeah, brilliant.
Oh dear. What was the charity you were?
It was Love Brum.
Okay.
Yeah,
somebody has just asked a couple of minutes ago, and I can't see it because I've lost my Facebook account and my Messenger account. But I'm on the YouTube one. Somebody said, "Is there a link where we can donate?"
I don't think it was that type of donation. I think everything was done on the ticket sales.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Yeah. Tim Andrews, isn't it? Look from, yeah.
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 We must get Tim back on the show soon, Chris.
Yeah, he will come on. Yeah,
Just got to say as well that the Accessi Blues were fantastic.
Aren't they lovely people?
Portman and Lindsay and Linda,
Mate.
all the guys, they did loads helping to promote it. They came down to training a few times as well, and they were all there. I mean, I've been sent several videos of the night, and the one all you can hear is Jeremy.
Jeremy.
So, at the end of the night, we had some great pictures. So I got a medal for doing it. So I gave Jeremy the medal.
That's nice.
And Brenda had the hand wraps. So it was brilliant. They were all there supporting them. And they've done brilliant.
True story, Paul. Right? Okay, I went up to Wigan I live in Uttoxeter, right? And I went to Wigan Blues. And there was a strike in Manchester. I had to go through 6 or 7 railway stations to get to Wigan. I got there. I was in the club with the Accessi Blues guys. Lovely, 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 wonderful people. Right? Linda came to my house a week or so ago. Yeah, and little Jack. I mean, that child. I could wrap my arms around him, bless him. And I found out while I was there that for me to get the train back to this town, I had to leave. It was leaving at 4:45. Well, the game hadn't finished till 4:45. And the Accessi Blues team were there and saying, well, what, I says, I am bothered. I'll sleep on a bench somewhere. I couldn't give a monkey's, mate, to be honest with you. Steve Portman says, I will drive you back home. And I was back home before 7 o'clock.
Brilliant.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is what Birmingham City family is all about.
Yeah, they're a great bunch, brilliant bunch.
And along the same lines as well, what Ian Dutton did as well for our fans that were a bit stranded when they went to
absolutely,
was applaudable as well.
Yeah, Dutch was there. Dutch was there on Saturday night. Ian was there. He was on Tim Andrews' table, so it was great that he came along. Had some fantastic support. It was a really good night.
Did any of the other old boys go down?
No, I mentioned it. I spoke to a few of the lads, sounding them out to see if they'd be interested in doing it. And I think they were all a bit nervous to see how I got on first. I think if I'd have got my head punched in, they'd have had no chance. What Carl was thinking at first was maybe getting a couple of former players to have a bout amongst each other.
Oh dear.
So I think that'd be interesting. That'd be interesting to find a couple of old players that would want to get in the ring and do it. That'd be something I'd definitely be up for. I don't know about the crowd control or something like that. Might be depending on who you're going up against, that might be a little bit of a problem. It'd be great. Curtis did get in touch with me when I said I was going to do it, and he said, "Surely you've got to fight me, Dev." But I says, Curtis, I ain't got that many brain cells left, and the ones I've got, I want to keep on to.
I've just quickly, you can still donate. Apparently, you can donate on the Lovebrum website. Thank you.
Emily, have you got any questions for Paul? Emily, question for Paul? Anything?
How did you find it? Like, was it scary, or did you really enjoy it?
A bit of both, really, Emily. I mean, I think on the night when you actually get there, and you say it was a really, really professional setup, and you're looking at 600 or 700 people there. It then, while you're doing the training and it's 7 weeks away, it's great, but you get there, you see people going, and I was the 9th fight just before the interval, so you're seeing people going in the ring, you're hearing them getting punched in the face, you're hearing them getting punched in the stomach and that, and it sort of dawns on you there what you're actually about to let yourself in for. But it's like Carl, one of the Lovebrum organisers, great bloke. He says, "Well, you got to remember, it's not a tickling contest." So and credit to all the lads and ladies that took part. It does. I know it's a bit of an old cliche, but it takes a lot of bottle to climb through those ropes and
I couldn't do it.
And have a fight with someone.
I've done it a few times. I've done it a few times.
Yeah, like I say, there was kids in the 20s, women doing it, women in the 30s and 40s. So they were all a credit to themselves, every one of them.
It was good to see you caught up with Benno in recent weeks as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I actually went and had a couple of hours with Chris Wilder and Benno the Monday before the Blue, because obviously I played with Chris at Notts County, and I played with him at Sheffield United as well, and he's a good pal of mine, Chris. So I went and had a couple of hours with them in in the hotel, and Tufty and Benno were taking the mickey out of me, saying I must be mad doing the boxing. But great to see him. I haven't seen Benno for years. Still as mad as a March here, but really good to see both of them actually.
We had him on not so long ago. He came on and did a Zoom show with us, which was brilliant because he was such an iconic goalkeeper for us, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's got a very dry sense of humour as well, hasn't he? Oh, that's Paul. Oh, there you go. Yeah, very dry.
Paul,
That's great. That's Paul.
When you were, they were teaching you how to box. I've seen people who do what you've done, and the biggest fear they have, if I hit this guy too hard, he'll hit me back. And it's not the fear of hitting somebody. It's if I hit him too hard, then he's going to get mad and hit me. Did that ever cross your mind?
No, not really. The big thing that I struggled with when we used to spar on a Thursday. Sparring, you're only supposed to go at sort of 50%. But even as a footballer, I either had to train really, really light, hardly doing anything, or flat out 100 mile an hour. So to try and train in that 50% range, I felt really awkward doing it. And a couple of times the lad said, you've got to throw a few more punches, let your hands go. But I couldn't bring myself to do it in sparring. But I knew I'd be able to do it on game day, if you like. Yeah. So and I've never, taken a punch, and that's probably one of my strong points. I mean, they were forever telling me I've got to move my head more and get out of the way. So actually taking the punches and that didn't bother me in the slightest. But at the end of the day, that if the other bloke's got half a chance, he's going to punch me as hard as he can. So that didn't worry me about that.
What about the fact, right, and this has happened in boxing over the years, right? Now, I've always taught my three boys, they're now in the 30s to late 20s, yeah? Don't fight. Don't fight. The only thing you need to do in a nightclub, and I've been there, I've DJed for 40-odd years, Paul, right? And I've seen some horrendous, awful things happen over those times, yeah? What if you punch a bloke and kill him?
Yeah, I mean, it happens, doesn't it? But, you're talking about having a fight in a pub there or boxing where there's medical provision and it's supervised and, accidents still happen.
Yeah, I get that, yeah. But what if?
Yeah, listen, it's a terrible thing for anyone to have to go through that, whether you're the one giving the punch or receiving it. But I suppose if it's a self-defense situation, I don't think anybody goes out, defending themselves with the express intention of killing someone. But it happens, doesn't it? It's I was just kind of interested on your take on that. You know what I mean? I was like, I promise you, I've always taught my kids, do not fight. You only need to punch somebody once. They go down, they hit their head on the curb, die. You're in prison for a very long time.
But isn't that like saying, don't get in the car?
Well, I think if you're going out your way looking for trouble, but I think sometimes, if you're defending yourself or someone's having a go at you, and there's no way out. I think you have to defend yourself at times, don't you? And that unfortunately involves sometimes fighting with people.
I get it, mate. I get it, but I was just kind of interested on the take that you've got on it. Like, if we'd seen over the years, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 boxers that have lost their lives through the sport.
Yeah,
I've kind of left the boxing. I think once Frank Bruno went and that kind of era, the Barry McGuigans, the Frank Brunos, I kind of can't get back into it.
No, I mean, I disagree. I disagree with you, Nick. I think boxing's fantastic. And I think the last 10 years, especially for homegrown, boxing has been as good as I can remember. So I've always liked boxing. I'm fortunate enough to know a few boxers, Wayne, Frankie Gavin, Curtis. And I think it's probably the hardest sport in the world.
I wouldn't do it.
One of the best sports in the world. And I think if you look, I know Wayne especially has done a lot of work in inner city areas, Ladywood, people like that. When people go in and get hold of these kids that might be out causing trouble, getting into fights, and people actually get them in a boxing gym.
Yeah, I get it.
It can turn their life around and it reduces crime. So I think boxing's a fantastic thing. I think it should be taught in schools, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Dev,
I
you've
agree.
mentioned his name there, but do you ever fancy getting in the ring with Mr. Alcock?
No. Listen. I'm not going to sit here and profess to be anything other than a footballer having a go at doing a bit of boxing or those, I think it would be insulting to boxers to fucking talk about what I did the other night in the same league as them. I mean, they're supremely talented.
Oh, definitely.
And Wayne's a fantastic fella first and foremost, and was a fantastic boxer. It was just nice to get a little glimpse into their world for a night, if you like. But
Paul, I can absolutely say I totally respect what you've just said. That was absolutely inch perfect, mate. Honestly, it really was.
It's like someone buying a Man U kit and having a kick around on a Sunday and saying, "Oh, I know what it's like to play Man U for Man U." It doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. But
they probably do.
Yeah. But no, I mean, to be fair, I saw Wayne a couple of times through training, and he gave me a couple of tips and that. But I mean, I've done a bit of training with Wayne in years gone by, and but no, for actually getting in the ring with him, I think I'm still clever enough to give that one a miss.
Even with the 2 brain cells that you've got left.
Listen, I don't think they'd be left after 30 seconds with Wayne.
Even though, Paul, the 36 seconds, obviously, in the ring, that's how long the fight lasted roughly. Did it feel like longer while you was in there?
No, not really, because the adrenaline was going and it was all over, and I felt, I felt good, I felt strong, and because obviously with me only being 5'8" and short arms, I've got to get in close to people to land any punches. So I sort of resigned myself to the fact that I used to have to when sparring, I'd have to take 3 or 4 punches to get close to people. But once I got him on the ropes, so I was pretty confident. But when you're doing the sparring, 2 minutes feels like 22 minutes. You wouldn't when you hear it saying like 2 minutes, you think well, 6 minutes it isn't very long. But let me tell you, it's absolutely ages when you're in there throwing punches and trying to avoid punches. It feels like a lifetime.
Yeah. Well, I've only done it on your punch bag, haven't I? And that nearly killed me. When you have to do that for like 30 seconds.
Well, don't forget as well, Paul, you've got somebody trying to punch you back, so you've got to, as well as you've got to get out the way of their punches.
A benign punch bag nearly killed him. A benign punch bag nearly killed him.
Trust me, Nick. It's
Brilliant.
a lot harder than you think. It's a lot harder
Mate,
than you think.
look, I know. I have done it when I was back in the younger days, in the army days, right? Because you had to. And the tightness on your chest when you weren't tuned and fit. Right? Oh, man, it was horrible.
Yeah. Fair play, though. Fair play.
Yeah. Okay, so who's up next for the Blues then?
Baggies, isn't it, Sunday?
Yeah. Oh, I might go, actually.
Can't wait for that one.
You're doing the ambassador, Dev?
Yeah, I'm working. I've got. I think it's Martin Taylor's my guest, if I remember right.
Okay, we've got him on. Yeah.
Yeah, so looking forward to going down. I don't like Sunday games, if I'm being honest with you. But
why?
Well, I just don't like it. Saturday's football day, not Sunday.
Yeah, 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon. End of. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm a little bit older than you, Paul. Not a little bit, but
got to be 30. Got to be.
But it was Saturday, 3 o'clock, and that was it. Everybody kicked off at 3 o'clock in my day. Now it's like...
as well. Sorry, Nick. I just want to say congratulations to Dev as well on the pending grandson as well.
Yeah, pending grandson.
Hey. Going to be a granddad.
And me.
That makes me feel old.
And Chris. Congratulations to Chris as well.
And me, yeah.
I told my eldest daughter, don't make me a granddad before I'm 50, so she's kept her word by a few months, so fair play to her. But
same as me.
I've already seen the baby's first clothes, and the daddy's a massive Wolves fan. So he's already got a lot of Wolves gear.
How could she?
Well, this is even worse. This is even worse. My daughter's chaps. Voiler.
Oh, God.
No!
Oh, dear.
No!
Yeah.
Not good.
Cut her out of your life.
Yeah.
Opposite the track. As
We
Paul
look-
Radcliffe would say.
We were looking at names. Aston came up.
Oh,
No way.
Oh, God.
It's going to be Trevor or Paul.
Tilton. Trevor Tilton.
yeah.
Trevor
PT.
Tilton talk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
so, and
I mean,
also,
Chris, where did you go wrong?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
Kids.
I didn't know this information till just now.
I know.
I
Sorry.
need to talk to you.
I know. I need I need counselling.
and
Counselling.
Emily, tell us a little bit about the campaign that you're doing as well.
Yes.
Please.
So yeah, if you're not aware, I'm one of the co-founders for the campaign Her Game Too. So in effect, we started the campaign on FA Cup final day last year, and we'd all created a video showing like basically pictures of us writing stuff down of sexist abuse we'd faced at games, and what women had faced at games. And we originally just started it to get it out there to say that we actually do still experience this in the modern day, but it's sort of
Really?
it does still happen, and not necessarily at Birmingham City, to be honest. I've been quite safe with that, but I know a lot of people, and I have experienced it. I've gone away that do like experience this. So the campaign actually ended up, it blew up really. A lot of people really recognized it and understood it. And it's grown and grown and grown. And we now have a support text number. So if anyone experiences anything in the ground, there's a number that you can text and we pass this on.
Sorry, Emily, if anybody supports what? Anybody
Sexist
experiences
abuse.
what?
Sexist abused.
Right, okay, thank you. Yeah, it's all right. No, it's
That's fine.
clicked to me here.
So
Ross.
if anyone experiences
Probably your
any
brain.
sexist abuse in the ground, we have like a support line basically, so you can contact that, and we pass these reports on to the clubs, so the clubs can directly handle it themselves. But we're almost basically just trying to highlight the issue and make grounds safer for women. We're all predominantly male season ticket holders for the teams. We do go to women's football as well, but we support the men's team. That's what we do every week. So we just wanted to make other women feel safe when they go to the game, and that's really what it was all about.
Fantastic.
Question for Emily. Have you had any men contact you?
No, not really. I've had men contact us saying that they're glad that it's there for their daughters and their sisters, and that something needed to happen to support them. I've never had any men come up to me saying about sexist abuse, though. Not saying it doesn't happen, but
See, I've got two granddaughters that go to the Blues, right? I love those children with all my heart, and I would protect them with every ounce of my body. And what you saw Paul Devlin do earlier, right? He did nothing. And they certainly haven't experienced anything like that. I think the throwing of those items onto the pitch the other week was just ridiculous, stupid, ridiculous, right? I mean, come on, Birmingham City, we're so much better than that. We don't need to do anything like that, not whatsoever, ever. Protest by all means. Have your say by all means. Be constructive. Do not do that. Do not do that. Is it derogatory? I don't know, because I'm a bloke, right? Emily, I'm being dead straight with you, right? I don't know. Is it derogatory to a woman to say something like that?
To me, it doesn't bother me, but obviously I can't speak for all women. I don't think it's great. Mainly as if I was a mother, I wouldn't want my children seeing that, because then it opens a whole can of worms.
My granddaughter said to my son, I don't want to be here, Daddy.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. Yeah. So really, as an older person, it's kind of, you think, oh, that might be quite funny, but actually young children who are still girls, or young children in general that go to the game, they don't like that.
She's 9.
Yeah, they don't like it.
She's 9.
Shouldn't be that.
She's 9, and she said to her dad, I do not want to be here, Daddy.
What for me, it's how did that get into the ground? You know?
Yeah.
Coming back
tell you
onto
what,
the campaign a minute.
We all rest your case, Emily. We all rest that case there and then, because you're supposed to be go on. Go on. Ridiculous.
Go on, Paul. Paul.
Just coming back onto your campaign a second, Emily, I was going to say that, you know, Barrington, God bless him, in the one video I saw of him speaking, he just basically said 3 words, and that's "we're all blues."
Yeah.
You know, we're all blues. Doesn't matter what your colour is, what you know, what sex you are, whatever it is. If you're blues, we're all blues, and that's the 3 words. That,
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Yeah, when I first came up here, Baz was one of the first people I spoke to, really, and he really welcomed me up here.
He frightened the cack out of me when I first interviewed him, believe me.
And he made me feel really welcome. So, yeah.
And on that subject, because we've had Baz in quite a few times, I'm putting together a montage of some of the interviews we've done with him and that lot. And hopefully I'll be able to get that out in the next couple of weeks.
Super,
but before that, I'm just going to play. It's only about 30 seconds that I've taken off that. So if you can just have a bit of quiet, and we'll have a listen to this.
I don't know how I got into this in the first place. I just woke up one day and just, you know, I wasn't set out to do it. You know, it just happened. You know what I mean? I was walking through town once and I seen an homeless guy, and I had a brand new pair of bloody boots someone had bought from America. Timberland boots, and to look at him I thought, God, you know, what can I do? And I had a pair of spare trainers in the car anyway, so I went back to the car, got my trainers and gave him my boots when I had on. You know what I mean? And it all started from there.
And that's exactly what Baz was like.
Yeah,
so there you go.
Emily, there's loads of comments. If you haven't got the your iPad and that to hands, we're having a look, but so many people backing everything that you're doing and saying what a good cause it is. Just want to highlight on behalf of Tilton Talk that at a certain Linda Ensor, we were a little bit concerned about.
Is that wrinkly old wench?
That's the one.
Yeah.
Apparently she gets loads of abuse from Tilton Talk, and she doesn't know whether she should report it, but it's all lies. It's all fictitious.
Yeah. It's all Nick as well.
It's all Nick, yeah.
Yeah, nothing to do.
I would just like to say that it's not me trying to toot my own horn, it's me trying to just put this message out there that I am the Birmingham City's Her Game 2 ambassador. So if anyone ever experiences anything or needs any support or just wants to contact the club about anything to do with this, then you can find me on social media. Just message my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you want, and I will pass anything on or offer any support that I can.
Oh, so, Emily, you know what? We've known you 5 years. My God, you've matured so much, mate. And you are absolutely, be the advocate, but be the advocate for the rest of your life, Bab, right?
Yeah.
Because none of this is needed, right?
No.
I don't want to abuse anybody. I don't want to, you know, it's a football game. And we're there to support Birmingham City. And that is absolutely that. That's it. That's nothing else, absolutely. Right? There to support the team and support each other. And you know what? Linda Ensor, we just spoke about a minute ago. She's a little bit wrinkly. She's a little bit old and probably going grey and smells a little. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, when you get old a bit, you know.
Like that.
You're insane.
I've got to jump off now. I've got to jump off, so I'll have to see you later.
All right, cheers, boys.
Thanks, congratulations again.
Well done, mate.
You'll always be loved at St Andrews, mate, no matter what.
Cheers, lad.
Cheers, all the best. All the best.
Okay, so we've got Squid Game. I'm conscious that we're running out of time.
Squad game, not Squid.
Well, it's a take on Squid. It's a take on Squid Game.
Oh God, you and your tentacles.
So
if it's Squid Game, then you better get that back on.
So if you tell Emily the rules.
I thought is someone joining us for it?
I'm not sure if he's going to join us yet. I don't know. Nobody's come on yet.
I have chased him. I believe he's still going to join.
He is. Here we go. He's coming on. You got out of that, Emily. You got out of that.
Emily, just as Mike's joining us, just a quick question that's come through in terms of what you've just mentioned there about being a contact and across the social media.
Yeah.
The question that came in was basically, do you think social media is actually one of the worst causes
Absolutely.
of the sexism and things that occurs
Yeah.
at the moment. And how could it be stopped?
Absolutely. It's absolutely rife on social media. And personally, that's where I've experienced most of the abuse in general throughout my life. And I think that the main thing that social media accounts should do is verification. Don't allow social media accounts to people that aren't old enough to understand the repercussions of their actions, or have it with parental supervision, and then have verification for these people, because then they can be held accountable for their actions. And then people will learn between right and wrong, because right now people are just getting away with it.
No, it should be as hard to get a social media account, I think, as a mortgage, to be honest.
Yeah, which is quite hard.
Yeah. I think so. I think you should have to be proof checked to get a social media account, 100%.
I think
Facebook,
so.
Instagram, Twitter.
For everyone's safety and security, really.
Yeah. You should be traceable. You know, if you put a comment on there, you should be should be traceable. That'll soon stop people doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mike, are you there, Mike?
Yeah.
Here he is. Hello, mate.
Ah, there we go. How are you doing?
How you doing?
Good.
You still got that picture, I see.
Yeah, too right, mate. I'm listening to the show and I'm talking to you, Paul. It's like 30-second difference. Let me just take my ears out.
Yeah, I would, yeah.
He's starstruck, that's what it is.
Okay, Paul.
I've even got Shelby haircut on today. unlike yours, which is a bit different.
Good, mate. Yeah.
Yours is Arthur Shiny, mine's Arthur Shelby.
Right, just explain the rules to Michael, Paul. While it's trying to get.
You don't need to, mate. I'm just going to walk all over him.
Oh, the shiny set.
Should we have a press conference?
Could give me 1977, 78. That'd be fair. And I'll name all of them. All 26.
Paul,
no, you know the score, yeah? You know what the game's about? Yeah?
Yeah, you've got 1875, mate, and I've got 1977, 78.
I'm not gonna tell you until it's your go. Shut up.
Okay.
Right, you ready, Paul?
Yeah, I'll go. Have you got a coin? Anyone got a coin?
Am I the only person? No,
I've got notes.
Don't use coins. Contact us.
Alan, I've got notes. Oh, I've got notes.
Alan, do you want to be the timekeeper again?
That was me, mate.
Sorry, Mike. Do you want to be the timekeeper again, Oliver? 30 seconds on your phone, mate, like you did last week.
Hello, Oliver. Are you there? He's frozen. He's frozen.
I'll do it.
Go on,
heads
then.
or tails as well, Mike.
Tails, mate.
Unfortunately, it's heads. So,
Mike,
Paul,
come on, you've got to beat the savant, Mike. You've got to beat the savant.
I'll go second, please.
Okay.
I'll go third.
Paul, you should have gone first, Paul. There we go. Okay, so your squad year, starting from your year is 2005, 2006, starting from now.
Is that me?
Now, yeah.
Caldwell, King, Loving Friends. Let me know when I'm going wrong, right? Otherwise.
Just keep going.
Granger.
Yes.
Granger. Struggling, Savage, Clements, Stern John.
Next one.
Bell. One on for Sal. Stern John.
That's your 30 seconds.
That's your 30 seconds gone.
Oh, so quick.
It is, isn't it?
So I got 19 then. Nice.
2. I'm going to give you 2 for that. One I missed.
That's
You got Forsell and Clement.
Oh, you got Forsell, did you? Oh, right, yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's 4 then. 4 then. Okay.
Go on,
Who were the other two then? Who were the other two, Chris?
Oh, I thought you got 4 altogether.
No, 2.
So, okay. Did you not have
Independence adjudicator, and I say 2.
Said like King and
yeah, you would say that. You would say
No, officially 2.
Office,
That's
get
it.
nothing.
Officially 2. Right.
Yeah, you got 2, Mike.
2, sorry. That's all you're going to get. Yeah.
4 St. Clements, that was it.
They're brutal, Mike, aren't they, mate? Brutal.
Tell you what, there's a certain word for these fellas, but not on this show. I'll mail you separately.
Yours looks a bit easier.
You was about 6 years ahead of yourself, mate. You said like cheating.
Oh, yeah.
People like
Yeah,
that.
but you've got to realise, Paul. I'm 51. What are you? 36, 37? Still got my own hair, look.
I'm 43. I'm 43.
How many?
43.
Okay, then, Paul, are you ready?
1973.
And your year is 1998, 1999 squad. Starting from now.
Ian Bennett, Jerry Gill, Gary Rowett, Darren Purse, Michael Johnson, Martin Granger, John McCarthy, Martin O'Connor, Brian Hughes, Nicky Forster, Dealey had a bowler, Paul Furlong, Peter Unlove. I think Devlin had gone by then. Looking there. Chris Marsden.
5 seconds to go.
Chris Marsden. Speaking of squad players.
And that's time.
And you scored.
He's only picked the chuffing team. He's only picked the team.
I think you got 9. No, I think you got 9.
I want to know who's the assistant manager and who's the training coach.
Arvil Lowe, isn't it? Arvil Lowe and Trevor Francis.
and Molly Freyer was a tea lady up in the top of the Tilton.
Yeah. Not more than 9, didn't I, Chris?
No, 9. I'm sorry. 9.
Respect.
I named the first 11.
Are you arguing? 9.
Yeah.
Your adjudicator says 9. Leave it at your adjudicator. Brilliant.
You got 9.
You got 14 days to protest.
I'm
Mike, the only thing I can tell you, mate, is that I wouldn't have got one anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. Like, I'm just no.
I've got a good memory, but I must have got the wrong year. All I can say is
if you've got a good memory, Mike, what I can tell you is, mate, is you did get the wrong year.
I'd just like to doff my cap to Paul, and don't forget with the haircuts I've got.
Mike, talking about your Arthur Shelby haircut, did you see the scene last night when Arthur had the referee who wouldn't play ball? He had him garroted, right? And the referee preferred to be murdered. Rather, the idea was he was going to give Birmingham a penalty in the last minute, and he refused. And he preferred to be garroted than do that. But the annoying thing was, Arthur used the phrase Birmingham City. Well, of course, in 1933, we weren't Birmingham City. So, Mr. Knight, who wrote this, come on, you ought to know better than that.
Testicle there, I'm afraid.
I've got to be honest. I thought it was a syrup. Anyway, Michael. Right.
Mine is.
Yeah, Emily, you did your 1 to 11, didn't you? You picked your best Blues 11 from your time so far.
Yeah. Oh goodness, it's not a great one.
Don't matter.
Okay,
He's got all Blues players.
Emily, before we go any further, and a man should never ask this question. How old are you?
I'm 25.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Let me get.
I've got pants older than that.
Different age.
Did you say underpants, Chris?
Oh my God! Yeah.
I'm going to take them off tomorrow.
And reverse them, don't forget. You've still got
Yeah,
quality, mate. Quality.
That's springtime.
Oh my
God!
You've been going the Blues for 5 years, yeah?
Yeah, so when I met my long-term boyfriend 5 years ago now, we went to our first game together. He's been the season ticket holder since he was 6 weeks old, and I went down and I went, "This is it. I'm never leaving."
Emily, sorry. For me, a long-term girlfriend's 4 days.
And then he marries them. Then he gets married.
Yeah. Emily, will you come to our wedding, sweetheart, and bring James with you?
Of course.
Oh, bless you. I can't remember the date.
Do you remember the woman, Nick?
Who are you?
Then I hate to tell you, Nick, but Sharon's watching, so you're in trouble, mate.
You don't care.
You're right, Shazza.
Hit us with your best team then from the last 5 years.
Oh goodness. Okay, so to be honest, the goalkeepers, I haven't been blessed with goalkeepers in the last 5 seasons, so I'd have to go with Sarkic because he was so.
Lee Camp in the middle of our goal.
Now he may have been a legend, but for ability, I'd have to go Sarkic.
Absolutely, well done.
Really, really miss him. And then the back four is almost already ready made. It has to be for me Pedersen, Roberts, Morrison, and Collan, because there hasn't been too much difference in the last 5 years, and Morrison over Dean every day. So
Roberts over Dean as well. Yeah, you got Roberts over Dean as well.
Yeah, exactly. And then I would go with Bella, Bellingham, Keaton, Baldwin, Magoma for my midfield.
Perfect.
That's good. That's good. I like it.
And then Duke and Adams up front.
That's the best partnership we've had for a long time.
Duke and Adams, Duke and Adams, Duke and Adams, Duke and Adams.
It would work, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'd have Morrison as my captain, and I'd have Gary Monk as the manager, because to be honest, we were the most stable under him. And although him off the pitch wasn't really great, on the pitch it was the most, wholesome that I think we've been for a long time. So.
Unfortunately, Emily, sorry, right? You have to be wholesome on the pitch and off the pitch.
Yeah.
You do.
And we haven't been either for a long time.
That's the modern game, mate. And if you're doing, things that you really kind of shouldn't be doing off the pitch, and you're doing things that you really should be doing on the pitch, you're still going to get tarnished.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, we haven't had much better. We haven't had any better, actually, really, footballing wise. But, I went with him because I think he really brought everyone together a bit. And even though what happened wasn't great, there was this really good unity about the place when he was there.
Definitely.
So, that's why I went with him, really.
Alan Watton.
Yes.
Your perfect manager, Birmingham City manager, throughout your life.
I'm always a big Alex McLeish fan. Because of what he achieved, and he was a big enough name to be, accepted from the start. I'll never forgive him for what he did after us. I was trying to get my grandchildren named after him when he did what he did. So I'll never forgive him for that. But as you say, if you do things off the field, you've got to carry the can.
Sorry, Alan, did you go to the Forest game when he came back to St Andrews for the first time? We were playing Nottingham Forest.
I did,
My God, I have never heard or seen 90 minutes of abuse hurled at one person before in my life.
Yeah.
It was relentless.
Well, we carried a picture of him around Europe with certain abusive words on it, and this picture went everywhere. It went all the way around Europe.
That was Judas.
Yeah. Something like that, yeah.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
He couldn't have done a worse. The irony of it is, of course, the team he went to didn't want him.
Nope.
What a bad career move.
He couldn't
have
done a better job and a worse job.
Yeah.
In the space of a very short time. You don't cross that divide when we're Birmingham City. You don't cross that divide, mate. That's it. Right. Look, you know what? You've just won us the first major trophy in a gazillion years, right? And those of us that were there, were lucky to see it, will have that memory etched in our brains for the rest of our lives. And then you go and do that.
Emily, there's a comment coming from a Graham Drakeley who says, I bet it's Duke up front. So is there anything you kind of want to tell us, live on air in regards to Duke?
So that's my dad, as you can probably guess by the surname. And I really heard my accent then when I said that as well. Duke's my favourite player. I may or may not have the signed shirt from when he scored his 50th career goal on the wall. I may have a Duke shirt, and
the Duke.
No, you're not being straight with us, Emily. I'm sorry.
There's a Duke crush going on there.
Or you've not got a shirt. If there's a Duke crush going on, we need to know. We need to know. Have you got a Duke crush?
Yes.
It's a very nice
guy. Slightly deeper voice, but yes.
Oh, James, I'll buy you a beer when I see you, mate.
I'll get you a short.
Thanks for that.
Oh, dear.
He's certainly one of
Right. So Emily, we've established you've got a jukebox. Yeah. Right. Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. My crush when I was young was Olivia Newton-John in that black leather.
Oh, from Greece. Yeah.
Yeah. Chris Brown, crush?
No, he's crushed his bucket, but that's about it.
I quite like Susie Quattro.
Susie Quattro. Blimey, there's a blast from the past.
Again,
Craig Courtney.
Leather, black.
Yeah.
Well,
Craig Courtney.
If I've got to admit to it, it'd be a bit. Mariah Carey was my crush when I was a bit younger.
Yeah, right, okay.
Hang on, Mariah Carey's still going now.
She is, but she was gorgeous in the day.
She's always been a goer.
or
I know where you live,
all I want for
Mike.
Christmas is you.
Don't.
Mike, who was your crush as a child?
Oh, when I was a child, was that black and white or colour? I can't remember. I don't know.
Black and white nowadays.
I don't think I really had one, to be honest. Maybe my own reflection. How about that? My own reflection. How about that?
Reflection.
Does the wife know about that, Mike? I mean, I might have to let her know.
That's completely and utterly lame.
Sliding glass.
There must
wardrobe.
There must have been somebody. There must have been somebody in your life who was a crush when you were a child. There must have been.
No, not at all. Own reflection. Okay, then Mark Adams, because I can see his face now.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's the robe, isn't it? The robe does it.
It is. Does it for me every time. Lush, thick, fully, warm.
Yeah.
And that's just Mark.
Thick.
Right. Mark Adams.
Hello.
Right? And we think that we all know the answer to this question. And it's, is it Cleggy off
Last of the Summer?
Last of Summer.
No. We're still talking about crushes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say as a kid, but back in a few years back, I did have quite a thing for Gwen Stefani.
Gwen Stefani's his wife now.
Who?
No doubt. Hey?
She's watching downstairs. She's watching downstairs. She's watching downstairs. You're in trouble. She's watching downstairs.
No, Gwen Stefani, she's in No Doubt.
Okay.
All right, who? Ollie, crush. Ollie, who?
I haven't finished describing her.
He can't hear nothing after 3 points.
Has he had 3 points?
I'm talking about you.
Is Oliver there?
He's moving, but he's.
There he is.
I thought Mark was still. I thought it was still Mark. Margot Robbie.
Who?
You probably won't know.
I probably don't know. I really don't know, mate.
Yeah.
Emily, do you know that is Emily?
Yeah, I know who that is. Yeah.
It's not a cartoon character.
Anything?
No. Wolf of Wall Street, she's in, and some other stuff.
I had a thing for Jet off Gladiators when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
and also a bit later on as well, Kelly Brook.
Okay, look, yeah. Any cartoon characters that you thought?
Yeah, Roger Brown's going for Debbie Harry.
Nice figure.
Marge
out of The Simpsons.
Who's the one on Roger Rabbit?
Jessica.
Rabbit,
yeah. Sorry, guys, we're into the last 15 minutes. And today is football and anything you will find in a card shop. Right?
Okay.
And football.
I'm going to start you off with Barry Banner.
Okay. That's probably going to be.
I made Paul laugh.
I'll go with Gap Stamp.
Great Cardner.
Great Cardner.
Oh.
What about the Northern Ireland International David Healy?
I like that. Yeah. Come on, Emily. Think on, girl.
I'm never any good at these. This is where my dad comes in. Dad, comment down below if you think of anything, because I can't.
Violet fancies Patrick Swayze and Johnny Depp.
Patrick Swayze.
He's a good one. John Smith.
Brendan saying Peter Andre. Peter Andre from
Peter Confetti.
Yeah.
Peter. Oh yeah, Bonetti. Peter Bonetti. Yeah, I'll get that one.
Confetti. Yeah, Confetti. Yeah.
Obviously, it's obviously Kelly Brook and Jet apart from my wife. Obviously, you know what I mean. I'm saying apart.
The wife's sitting next to Paul.
Emily, I love them double thumbs up, mate. Them double thumbs up have made this show. I promise you.
Peter in Love.
Yeah.
Toy Dini.
Now you've mentioned card shops, right? with it being
Yeah.
Mother's Day yesterday,
Yeah.
do we not think? And I know it's people say it's a Brummy thing. And Emily,
Oh, here we go.
I know what you're going to say.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
I know what you're going to say.
I know what you're going to say.
why on earth can you not buy a card from a card shop with Mom spelled properly on it?
I know.
How do you
but
spell mom? How do you spell mom, Paul?
M-O-M. Short for mother.
M-O-M.
M-O.
Yeah,
Spelled M-O.
mom. No, it's mum.
Yeah.
No.
Is it mum or mum?
It's
My-
Mom.
My two southern granddaughters think it's hysterical that I call her, my daughter, their mum. You know, it's mummy. And I go, shut up. And they brought it up in Auckland. It's mum.
You can't
Mum.
call
M-O-M. Just back to the card shop. Can I have Alan Borloon?
Alan what?
Alan Borloon.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got Toy Dini, Peter in Love, Lee.
His mom.
Mum, I agree. That should be the poll.
Poster Crouch,
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Card, Lee Stamp.
All right, Clinton Morrison.
Oh, that's good.
That's a double.
What did he say?
Card shop supermarket, Clinton Morrison.
Clinton's Morrison.
Clinton's Morrison.
Oh, too much thought. Too much time on your hands, mate. Honestly, too much time.
I've got one. Carlton Cole.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like it. Yeah,
Okay.
no disrespect. Sorry, Chris. No disrespect to anyone who says mom, but for me, I'm just asking, so, you know, to be given the choice when I go in the card shop, so I can buy a card with mom, M-O-M. That's all I want in life.
It's a bit like Cobb or a Bap.
No, it's not.
No.
Or
a roll.
Rusty Cobb.
Right, no, sorry, stop. We'll have this. We've got 7 minutes left. This conversation is going to go into next week. I promise you. I promise you.
Anyway,
Come
on. Anything you'll find in a card shop, ladies and gentlemen.
I've got a question for Paul. Have you ever found a card that says M-O-M, mum, in a card shop?
Yes, mate. I did on Amazon.
Oh, right.
No, I said in the card shop, not.
Oh no, sorry, no.
You won't.
No.
Colloquial.
And that's what winds me up, Mike. That's what drives me mad every year.
Yeah.
You need to get a felt tip pen and turn the U into an O.
Alan, you are so creative.
But having said that, you can
at the till and stick that
can
on.
buy the labels, can't you? You can. Some shops you can buy the labels for your preferred.
Should you? I mean, if I was the owner of a card shop, you think about all the cards you're not selling in this area because you haven't got it spelt right on there. Do you know what I mean? So the simple thing to do is just put cards out there so you can buy with mum on as well.
IYO. It's IYO, in your opinion.
So Nick,
whoever else spells it like mum.
We've had quite a few through. We've got.
I know, I've seen them.
Lee Bowyer.
Bow, as in bow.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Teddy Bear Sheringham.
Oh.
Dave Steiner's come
Who's that
with
from?
the balloon door.
That was clever.
You know what, Dave Twine,
That's
Twine,
clever.
that is right up there, mate.
That's clever. He's thinking, isn't he? Yeah.
I can't think of one. I'm struggling.
We've got Cardiff City.
Okay, that's good.
It's definitely a cub, by the way, apparently.
It's a boy.
My wife has always called her mum, but is that because she's posh?
Is that M-U-M?
Yeah.
I used to call my mother the old gal until she heard me call her that.
And that's why you got red hair on the right-hand side.
I didn't call it
Paul Ribbonson. Rippon Van Persie.
Rippon Van Persie, that's good.
Yeah. Lee Bowtie. Marlon King Pens. Marlon King
what?
Pens. No, don't get that one. Bo Brummie.
I love Muzzy. He was hard as nails. He was proper full on, wasn't he?
Well, he was when he played, but we just couldn't keep him on the pitch.
Yeah, no.
Same as David Dunn as well. He was a class act when he played. But
yeah, quality.
Oh, he's brilliant, wasn't it? Just couldn't get him playing enough.
Malcolm was a quality player. He played well. He did well in every single game he played. I don't remember a bad game he had.
No.
Mike, we've got 2 minutes left, mate. What do you do for a living? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
Look, I've been on here before. If you can't remember...
He can't remember.
He will never remember.
Oh, yeah.
He's open.
No chance of me remembering.
You should call you Memory Lane.
I know. Oh, dear.
I work with Craig. I work in the same industry as Craig. We're not allowed to say who it is because we can't advertise, but it's a high street lender.
All right, okay.
High street lender. Right.
Oxfam?
No. Cash converters is what it is.
Cash converters, that's it.
That's it. Yeah. And just one
cash converters. Yeah. Cash converters that we're not allowed to say because you work for
because I don't work.
Yeah, it's cash converters, ladies and gents.
Cash converters. But I don't work for them, so it doesn't matter. Just
Mike
one for list.
just said he works with me, but work is a very loose word. So
when I say work, Craig hasn't done a stitch since he left a different employer. He just works on his CV. That's what he does.
Mark, we need to talk to you privately. Mike, sorry. We need to talk to you privately.
My phone number is 999
Can I just shout out, just before we get to the end of the show, we have obviously been advertising, and please, to everybody that's listening or listens afterwards, the fan-led review and the supporting of that with the lobbying of MPs. There's an article on our website which gives all of the details around how to go about that. But it's really important, not just for our club, but for the whole of football to get this through. It has got the backing of Boris. Some people will laugh at that. Others will take it seriously. But we need to get it through. We need that review in place, that independent party, and we may then get our club back.
Do you know what, Craig? There are certain football clubs, from every football club, that you hate. But without that, it would be nothing. You know, the banter, the hatred, the laughs, taking the rip, one thing or another. So please get onto this because it is so important. It really is. That was a great call. Well, ladies and gents, we've had a bit of a laugh tonight under some very sad circumstances with our dear friend One-Eyed Baz, and we're all destined for that same place at one junction.
We haven't actually, sorry, Nick, we haven't mentioned the mural of him, have we, on the wall, which is amazing.
Oh, yeah, he wouldn't have.
It is absolutely amazing.
I haven't seen it, Paul, but I will look for it straight after this show, I promise you.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it, Craig?
It's absolutely unreal, and credit to the people that put that together and up there, because tell you what, Sunday, when everybody walks up to that ground, and we've seen the posters during the show, 56 minutes, let's make sure that round of applause is around the ground, and there's keep right on possible.
Craig, like, we've only got half the shopping stadium open, unfortunately, but can you imagine, right, 15,000 people inside that stadium, what that keep right on is going to be like? It is going to be one of the most bone-chilling moments of my life. And there he is, One-Eyed Baz. God bless you, my friend. And there he is in the Tilton Talk Show. Jeez. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys. Tonight, we celebrate the life of Baz. We do. But we also mourn. And we mourn for his family, for his friends, for TJ, who is a lovely, lovely woman. And she's been on the show as well, hasn't she, Chris?
She has, yeah. She has.
Baz, we will never, ever forget you, because you are one of us. End of. That's it. And I know that it's so difficult because, like, we like to be light-hearted on this show, and we like to, like, have the crack and have the banter and take the rip on one thing and another. One day, ladies and gents, girls and boys, it will be me. And all I can hope that you do is say, yeah, nice things.
If we can remember.
Again?
Oh, tonight, what a show we've had tonight, ladies and gents. And the lovely, 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 and I mean absolutely beautiful Paul Hipkiss.
I thought you were saying me.
Definitely not a
Pleasure as always. Good night, all.
I'm so sorry, mate. I couldn't resist. I've wet myself a little bit. Back in the studio, our good friend Ollie.
Good night, everyone.
God bless you, mate. Take care. Mrs. Brown.
Evening.
Chairman of the board, the one and only Mr. Alan Watton.
God bless you all.
Mate, you're a star. Honestly, you only come out at night.
Bit like me teeth.
we didn't get your childhood crush, Alan. Who was your childhood crush?
Hayley Mills.
Who?
Hayley Mills.
Left back at Arsenal.
Google it. Mike, thanks for joining in with us tonight, mate. God bless you.
Cheers,
Take care, buddy. Thanks for Paul
Stephen
Devlin and the one and only Mr. Mike Adams.
You're on mute, Mark.
He's fell asleep.
Mark?
Got all cuddly and that's, I mean, gown.
Mark, you only get one job, mate. You get one job.
Who are you?
He's frozen.
He's looking at himself in the mirror. That's what he's doing.
I know.
Checking the room.
From our good friend and a guy that works relentlessly behind the scenes. Thanks to Craig Courtney. And, of course, tonight, the night belongs to TJ, a family, a friends, and, of course, One-Eyed Baz. But then we've also had the lovely Emily Drakeley. God bless you, Dave. Kate, take care. You're invited to my wedding.
And his wife.
I think it'll be on a Thursday morning.
Keep up the good work as well, Emily, with your campaign as well.
Yeah, Emily, yeah, it's brilliant. Right, and if you need our help at any junction at any time, Emily, just shout, mate.
I will. Thank you.
God bless you. Take care. You're an absolutely beautiful person, inside and out, mate. We love you loads on the Tilton Talk Show, and we love James as well.
Oh, we love you too. Thank you.
I'm overcome with you.
I'm gone.
Like Gareth Bale, isn't it?
Good night, God bless, ladies and gents. Take care, and we'll see you back here next Monday, 7:30. It's brutal. 9:05.
Good night.
I don't know how I got into this in the first place. I just woke up one day and just, I wasn't set out to do it. It just happened. You know what I mean? I was walking through town once and I seen an homeless guy. And I had a brand new pair of bloody boots someone I bought from America, Timberland boots. And to look at him, I thought, what can I do? And I had a pair of spare trainers in the car anyway. So I went back to the car, got my trainers and gave him my boots when I had them. You know what I mean? And it all started from there.